Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be playing the 7-level straight up roulette strategy. So it's a very simple strategy, anyone can play it. So the way the levels work, we're going to be starting from the outside bet, which is the even chance bet. We're going to be using 1 to 18 or 19 to 36 depending on our target number. So I'll explain that as we move along. So the way the steps work, step 1 is on the outside or the even chance bet, either 19 to 36. So I'll give you an example. Let's say our target number is number 25. Level 1 is going to be on the outside bet, which is 19 to 36, covering the number 25. If we lose, we are going to rebet. We're going to add level 2, which is the dozen, covering number 25. So our target number is 25. All our bets are going to be based on covering number 25. On the third level, it's going to be a double street. The fourth level is going to be a corner or a quad bet, whichever you want to call it. And our fifth bet is going to be a level 5, that is going to be a single street. And level 6 is going to be a split bet. And for our final level, level 7, is going to be a straight up bet. So I know you guys may have a question of if you lose all 7 levels. So that's where we get into the straight up bet. So as we go along, I'll show you exactly how it works. So let's just force a spin and get started. I'm using a 2000 unit bankroll for this strategy. That is also my stop loss. So we have number 13 and the last outcome. I'm making my bet selection based on the opposite number. So the opposite of 13 is number 29. So I'm going to place 1 unit on 19 to 36, covering number 29. I'm playing for 1 unit profit. So I lose on level 1. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to add level 2. That's the dozen, covering number 29. So I lose again. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to add the third level. So I lose on the double street, but I won on the dozen and the outside bet. I check my profits. I'm still 1 unit down. My target number is number 29. Now I hit on number 35. I didn't hit on my target number, but I made, as you can see, I made 2 units profit on that spin. As long as I'm breaking even or making a profit on a spin, I am going to keep my bets to the same. I'm not going to add another level. So I'm on level 3. I'm going to stick on level 3 and spin again. So now that I lose all 3 bets, I lost 3 units on that spin. I'm now going to add level 4. So for the corner bet, you can either, as you can see, our target number is number 29. That is in the middle column. So your question may be, what is the corner bet that you should cover? If you should cover 25, 26, 28 and 29, or 26, 27, 29 and 30. So I'll show you exactly what I do in this situation. So I look back at the previous outcomes, and I look to see if there's an opposite number related to any of the, if there's 27 or 30 or 25 and 28. So I see that there's number 19, there's number 11 there in the last outcome. So the opposite of 11 is number 28. My target number is number 29. So I'm just going to place my corner bet covering 25, 26, 28 and 29. So there is a chance that 28 could pop up. So if number 28 comes, even though it's not my target number, I'll still have a win. I'll win all 4 bets. So this is level 4. I'm down 4 units. I'm just playing for 1 unit profit and I lose again. So that's great that we're having a losing streak. I can show you exactly how the progression works. So the next level is level 5, which is a single street bet. I cover number 29. And I lose again. I move to level 6, which is a split bet. I'm going to place my split bets on 26 and 29. I'm down 13 units and I lose again. So for the final level, level 7, I'm going to place a straight up bet on number 29. And I lose all 7 levels. So this is where the straight up bet comes in. Now I have placed bets from the outside on the even chance from 19 to 36 all the way up to a straight up bet on 29, and I lost all 7 levels. So I'm going to leave 1 unit just on my target number of number 29. I am going to chase after a new target number. So the last outcome that came was number 11. Opposite of 11 is number 28, but now I'm going to be using a 2 unit base bet. So I start from level 1 covering number 28. So I had a hit on my outside bet, my even chance bet. It was not any of my target numbers. I hit on number 23, but I made 1 unit profit on that spin. Remember what I told you guys, as long as you're making a profit on a spin, or if you're breaking even on a spin, you're going to keep your bets to the same. So I'm just going to rebet. I'm not going to add level 2. I am down 25 units. I'm playing for anything in profit. If I have 1 unit in profit, I'm going to restart the entire progression. So I had a hit on my target number of number 29. I was also chasing after number 28. I was on level 1, so I won both bets. I checked my profits. I'm playing for 1 unit in profit. I'm up to 12 units. So after you have made a 10 unit profit, you are going to take a break of 5 to 10 minutes. But just for this video, I'm going to force a spin and pretend that I took that break. Now you are not going to do that, guys. You're actually going to take that 5-10 minute break and then come back again, just to avoid the wheel tracking you, if that is such a thing. So there's no proof, I have no proof to back that up, but it's always better to play safe than sorry. So the opposite of 4 is number 33. So I'm going to restart the entire progression. I'm back for my 10-minute break. I place 1 unit on high covering the number 33. I'm playing for 13 units in profit. So I lose. I'm going to rebet level 1. I'm going to add level 2, which is a dozen covering number 33. I lose again. So I'm going to continue to level 3, which is my double street bet. I lose all 3 levels. I move to level 4. I rebet. So let's look at our last outcomes to make our corner bet. So I'm seeing a number 11. So I see number 9 there. The opposite of number 9 is a number 34. But I can't place that bet. My target number is number 33. So only if my target number was let's say number 32 or 35, I could have placed my bet here covering number 34, but I have no choice. I have to cover my target number of 33. So this is level 4. I lose on level 4. I move to level 5, which is a single street bet. A single street covering number 33. So I hit on number 32. It was not my target number, but I made the profit that I'm looking for. I was playing for 13 units in profit. I'm up to 31 units. So I'm going to restart the entire progression. Remember, guys, I told you whenever you have made a 10 unit target, a 10 unit profit, you are going to take a 5 or 10 minute break. So I'm just going to force a spin, pretend that I took that break. Remember, guys, you're not going to do what I'm doing here. You're actually going to take that break. So we are up to 31 units in profit, playing for anything greater than 31 units. The last outcome is number 21. The opposite of 21 is number 1. I place 1 unit on low, covering the number 1, that is level 1. I'm playing for 32 units in profit. And I lose on level 1. I'm going to rebet level 1 at level 2. That is the dozen covering number 1. I lose on level 2. I rebet level 1 and 2. I add level 3, which is a double street covering number 1. I lose all 3 levels. I rebet. I add my corner bet, which is level 4. I lose again. So I rebet my 4 levels. I add level 5, which is a single street bet. Lose again. Move to level 6, a split bet. I split number 1 and 4. So I lose again. I add level 7, which is a straight up bet on my target number of number 1. I'm down to 15 units in profit. I'm playing for 32 units in profit. So I had a hit there, was not on my target number. I hit on number 3. My target number was number 1. I'm playing for 32 units in profit, but as you can see, I'm back to 31 units. So I am not going to risk it. Although I'm using a 2000 unit bankroll, that doesn't mean that I'm going to just bet wild. I'm going to play it safe. That 2000 unit bankroll is just to help me if I'm having a really difficult run. So I'm back at 31 units. I'm just going to restart the entire progression. I am going to move to the target number of 3. The opposite of 3 is number 23. So I place 1 unit on high. I lose on level 1. I'm going to rebet level 1 at level 2, which is the second dozen covering number 23. Number 23 is my target number. So I hit on my target number. I have made my profit target that I was looking for. I'm looking for 32 units. I'm up to 33 units. So the opposite of 23 is number 3. So not too long ago we had a outcome of number 3. So the best thing to do in this situation is just to force a spin and play for a new outcome. Or I could have just played for the previous outcome before number 23, which was 11. So the last outcome is number 25. The opposite of 25 is number 14. I place 1 unit on low, covering the number 14. I'm playing for 34 units in profit. So I've made my 34 units. The opposite of 18 is number 27. I place 1 unit on high. I'm playing for 35 units in profit. I lose on level 1. I rebet level 1. I add level 2. The dozen covering number 27. I'm playing for 35 units. My target number is number 27. So I have a hit on my outside bet. As you can see, I didn't made any profit, but I didn't lose either. I bet 2 units, 1 on the outside bet, 1 on a dozen, and I just won on the outside, which is a breaking even. So if I'm breaking even or making a profit on a spin, I am not going to add any more levels. So I'm going to stick with those 2 levels until I lose completely. So I'm just going to rebet. My target number remains number 27. I'm playing for 35 units in profit. Now that I've lost both bets, I've lost 2 units, I'm going to rebet. I'm going to add the 3rd level covering number 27, which is a double street bet. So I won on the dozen on the outside bet, so I made 2 units on that spin. I check my profits. I'm still down. I'm looking for 35 units, so I'm not going to add level 4. I'm just going to rebet my 3 levels and spin. Now that I lose all 3 bets, I'm going to rebet all 3 levels. I'm going to add level 4. That is my corner bet. I'm going to cover number 27 on my corner bet. And I have a hit on my target number on 27. I'm playing for 35 units in profit. I'm up to 46 units. So I'm going to force a spin and pretend that I took a break. So I have number 7 is my last outcome. The opposite of 7 is number 36. So I'm going to place 1 unit on high, covering the number 36. I'm playing for 47 units in profit. I lose on level 1. I'm going to rebet at level 2. So I want to get a little bit of a losing streak going, so I can show you a little more in depth into how the progression works. So let's hope we have that losing streak here. I cover level 3, which is a double street, covering number 36. I'm playing for 46 units in profit, 47 units, sorry. So I won all 3 bets. I've made my target. I'm up to 51 units in profit. The opposite of 31 is number 17. I'm going to add 1 unit on the low, covering number 17. I'm playing for 52 units. I have made that 52 units profit. Opposite of 3 is number 23. I place 1 unit on high, covering the number 23. I'm playing for 53 units in profit. I have made that 53 units. Opposite of 33 is number 4. I place 1 unit on low, covering number 4, that is level 1. I have a hit again. Opposite of 18 is number 27. I place 1 unit on high. I'm playing for 55 units in profit. I've made that 55 units. Opposite of 21 is number 1. I place 1 unit on low. I'm playing for 56 units in profit. My target number is number 1. I have another hit. So I'm not getting that losing streak that I'm looking for. Opposite of 10 is number 26. So let's just continue. I'm playing for 57 units in profit. I have a hit again. Opposite of 25 is number 14. I place 1 unit on low. I'm playing for 58 units in profit. So I'm continuing to have these wins. Let's see how long it lasts. Opposite of 9 is number 34. I place 1 unit on high, covering number 34. I'm playing for 59 units in profit. And finally I have a loss. So I rebet on level 1. I add level 2, covering number 34. So I'm playing for 59 units in profit. My target number is number 34. I won on both bets. I've made my target. I'm up to 60 units in profit. Opposite of 30 is number 12. I place 1 unit on low. So you guys can tell I haven't been taking any breaks. I'm trying to give the wheel a chance to track me so I can have that losing streak. And I have another win, so I'm up to 61 units. Opposite of 13, it's number 29. But remember guys, you are not going to do this. You are going to take that break after every 10 units profit that you have made. I am just continuing because I want to give the wheel time to track me, so I can have a losing streak going, so I can show you a little more in depth on how the progression works. So I lose on level 1. My target number is number 29. I add level 2, which is the dozen covering number 29. I'm playing for 62 units in profit. So I lose on level 2. I rebet level 1 on 2. I add level 3 covering number 29. That is my double street bet. Let's hope we have that losing streak here, guys. Okay, great. So we lose again. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to add level 4. So number 29 is in the middle column. So as I said, I have to place a corner bet. So I look at the last outcomes. I want to see where is the best place to cover. And my target number is number 29. So let's see what we have there. We have number 14 in the last outcome. The opposite of 14 is 25. So I'm going to place my corner bet covering 25, 26, 28 and 29. 29 is my target number, but I also want to cover number 25 because there is a good chance that it can hit very soon. So this is level 4. So that's just how I place my corner bets. I lose on level 4. I'm going to rebet. I add level 5. That is a single street bet covering my target number of number 29. I'm down to excuse me guys, I'm down to 51 units in profit. I'm playing for 62 units. So I have a hit there, not my target number, but I've made my target. I'm up to 69 units. I hit on number 30. The opposite of 30 is number 12. So I'm going to place 1 unit on low. As you can see guys, I'm not forcing any spin to take any breaks. I'm just going to continue, and I have a win again. Okay, so I'm up to 70 units in profit. Opposite of 18 is number 27. 27 is my target number. I'm playing for 71 units in profit. And I have a hit again. Opposite of 19 is number 16. Place 1 unit on low, covering the number 16. And I lose. So I'm playing for 72 units in profit. I'm going to rebet level 1. I'm going to add level 2 covering number 16. So that is the second dozen. So I had a hit on the dozen. So I made 1 unit profit on that spin. I'm up to 71 units. I'm playing for 72 units profit. So I'm just going to rebet. Now you can restart the entire progression because we're back at 71 units. We're playing for 72 units, but as our bets are low, I'm just going to continue. But I made 1 unit profit on that spin. Remember what I told you guys, if you are breaking even on a spin or you made even 1 unit profit, just keep your bets to the same. So we lost both bets there. I'm now going to add level 3. So that's the double street covering number 16. I'm playing for 72 units in profit. So I have a hit on the dozen again. As you can see, I didn't win and I didn't lose. That was a breaking even. I lost on a double street and I lost on the outside bet, which is 1 to 18. But I had a hit on the dozen, which pays 2 to 1 plus your initial bet. So I just broke even there. I'm going to keep my bets to the same. I'm going to stay on level 3. So I have a hit on the outside bet, but on this spin I lost 1 unit. When I lose 1 unit, I am going to 1 or more unit. I'm going to continue to the next level. So the next level being level 4, I'm going to add a corner bet on cover number 16. So I hit again, but I lost 2 units on that spin. I'm going to add level 5, which is a single street covering number 16. So let's hope this is the losing streak that I'm looking for. So great, we lose again. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to add level 6, which is a split bet. Great, we continue to lose. I'm going to rebet my 6 levels. I'm going to add the final level, which is level 7, a straight up bet on number 16, and I have a hit on number 17. Number 17 is not my target number, but I'm going to check my profits. I'm playing for 72 units. I'm up to 84 units. As long as I'm in profit, I'm going to restart the entire progression. So the opposite of 17 is number 31. I place 1 unit on high. I'm playing for 85 units in profit. I have made that 85 units. The opposite of 28 is number 11. I place 1 unit on low, covering number 11. I'm playing for 86 units in profit. So I lose on level 1. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to add level 2, covering number 11, which is my target number. So I lose level 1 and 2, going to rebet, going to add level 3. My double street bet covering number 11. I'm playing for 86 units in profit. I have a 0, so that's great. I lose again. So number 11 is in the middle column. I look back at my previous outcomes. I'm looking for the best cover to make when covering my corner bet. So let's see what we have here. We have number 21. Opposite of 21 is 1. I can't make that cover. We have number 31. Opposite of 31 is 17. I also can't make that cover. I want to keep in the block and in the dozen. So I'm just going to place my corner bet on 8, 9, 11 and 12. So that is level 4. Have number 33, so I lose. Let's hope we continue to lose. I want to have a little losing streak going. So I add level 5, which is a single street bet. Lose again. I move to level 6, which is a split bet. I'm going to split 8 and 11. 11 being my target number. Lose again. So for the final level, level 7, I place 1 unit on a straight up bet on number 11. I'm down to 66 units in profit. I'm playing for 86 units. And I lose, so that's great. So I lose all 7 levels. This is where I bring in the straight up. I'm going to cover number 11 with 1 unit. I'm going to chase after a new target number. So my last outcome that came was number 22. The opposite of 22 is number 6. So I'm going to restart at level 1, but I'm using a 2 unit base bet instead of 1. So I'm down to 59 units, playing for 86 units in profit. I lose both bets. I'm going to rebet level 1. I'm going to add level 2 with 2 units. I'm chasing after number 6, which is my new target number. I lose again, so that's great. I'm glad I'm having this losing streak so I can show you guys exactly how it works. I move to level 3. I cover with my 2 unit base bet. I lose again, move to level 4. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to cover the corner, number 6. Lose again, going to rebet. I'm going to add level 5. Level 5 is the single street covering number 6. I place my 2 unit base bet on that single street. Lose again. As long as I only lost 1 unit on that spin, but as long as I'm losing, I'm going to continue to the next level. So I'm going to level 6, which is a split bet. I'm going to split number 3 and 6, 6 being my target number. I'm down to 38 units in profit. I'm playing for 86 units, and I lose again. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to place 2 units. That's my straight up bet on the final level, level 7, on my target number of number 6. And I lose all 7 levels. So I'm using a 2 unit base bet. My previous target number was number 11. I had 1 unit cover on number 11, and I was chasing with a 2 unit base bet. I lost all 7 levels on the way to number 6, so I'm going to leave my 2 units base bet on number 6. I'm going to match my previous target number of number 11 with 2 units also, and now I'm going to chase after a new target number, but this time I'm going to be using a 3 unit base bet. So the opposite of 21 is the last outcome. The opposite of 21 is number 1. I'm going to be using a 3 unit base bet, and I'm going to chase after number 1. That is my new target number. I'm down to 10 units in profit. So I had a win on my outside bet, but I still managed to lose 1 unit. So as long as I'm losing on that spin, I'm going to continue. So I'm using a 3 unit base bet. I move to level 2, covering number 1. Number 1 is my new target number. And I lose again. So I'm going to rebet. I'm going to add level 3. That is my double street bet on number 1. Going to rebet. I'm going to add level 4. 3 units on my corner bet, covering number 1. I'm down 14 units. I'm playing for 86 units in profit. I'm going to rebet. My next bet is going to be a single street using 3 units, covering my target number of number 1. I'm down 15 units. I lose again. My next bet is on level 6, which is a split bet. I'm going to split number 1 and 4. And I have a 0, so that's great. We're on a losing streak. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to place 3 units on a straight up on number 1. This is the last level, level 7. And we lose all 7 levels. So I'm using a 3 unit base bet on number 1. I'm going to match that 3 units on my previous target numbers, which is number 6 and number 11. And I'm going to restart. I'm going to chase after a new target number, and I'm going to be using 4 units as my base bet. So the last outcome is number 24. The opposite of 24 is number 15. I place 4 units on low. That is on level 1. I'm down 81 units. I'm playing for 86 units in profit. I lose again. I'm going to rebet. I add 4 units on level 2. My target number is number 15. So I hit on one of my target number, which is number 6. I check my profits. I'm still down. I'm up to 13 units in profit. I'm playing for 86 units. So let's review. I am on level 2. I'm chasing after number 15, which is my new target number. I had a hit on number 6, which is my previous target number. So what I'm going to do, I am going to eliminate number 6 from my bets. I'm going to rebet on 11 and 1 using my 3 unit base bet. I had 4 units on the level 1. I had 4 units on level 2, but I made a profit of 99 units on that spin. So I'm not going to add level 3 chasing after number 15. So I'm just going to continue with these bets. I'm playing for another target number to hit. So I lose all my bets there. Now I'm going to add level 3. So I add 4 units on a double street covering number 15. I lose again. I'm going to rebet. I'm going to place level 4, which is 4 units on my corner bet covering number 15. I'm down 19 units. I'm playing for 86 units in profit. So I have a hit on number 14. Number 14 is not my target number. I check my profits. I'm still not at 86 units in profit. I'm up at 39 units. So I'm going to rebet. I'm going to keep my bets to the same. I am not going to add the next level, which was level 5. I made 58 units on that spin, so I'm just going to rebet and spin again. So we have number 24. Now that I lost 10 units on that spin, I am going to add level 5, which is 4 units on a single street bet covering number 15. We lose again. I move to level 6. I place 4 units on a split bet covering number 15. So we have a hit again. We made 50 units on that spin. I check my profits. I'm still down. I'm up at 53 units. I'm playing for 86 units. So I'm just going to rebet. I'm going to stick with my current bets. I'm going to spin. So we have a hit again, number 16, only made 14 units. I'm going to keep that 14 units. I'm not going to add any more bets. I am up at level 6, covering number 15. I'm up to 67 units in profit. I'm playing for 86 units. So I rebet and spin again. I'm not going to add level 7 until I completely lose on a spin. So I made 50 units again on that spin there. I'm up to 117 units in profit. So I'm playing for 86 units. So I've made that target. I'm up to 117. So let's recap. I was chasing after number 15. I reached up to a level 6 covering number 15. My previous target numbers was number 1 and number 11. I was covering with a 3 unit base bet on those numbers. Now I didn't have a hit on any of my target numbers. I hit around my target numbers. I hit on number 16, number 17 there. I hit on number 14 earlier, and all those small hits. I made my target by hitting on those small hits there. So now you can continue if you want, but I don't recommend that you do that. Remember, guys, you're just playing with a 2 unit base bet. You're with a 2,000 units bankroll, and you're up to a 4 unit base bet, and you're covering your previous target numbers with 3 units. So I don't recommend that you continue. You're already in profit. We have been playing for under an hour. You're already up 117 units in profit. Now remember, guys, you're going to take that break after every 10 units profit that you make, and it's a very simple, very easy to understand. If there's anything that you don't fully understand about it, feel free to ask me about it in the comment section. I'll be happy to clarify anything for you. So it's pretty much simple. You start on the outside, which is level 1. You lose, you move all the way up to a straight up bet. If you lose all 7 levels, you stick to your target number. You cover with 1 unit. If you lose again, let's say our next target number was number 1. You go all the way up to level 7 and you lose again, covering with a 2 unit base bet. You are going to cover number 1 with 2 units, and you're going to match number 26 with 2 units also. So it's a very simple, very easy to understand. So now my experience with this strategy, I have never lost playing this strategy using a 2,000 unit bankroll. I went down probably 14 to 1500 units. But that was my fault. I was chasing after a big profit, and I managed to make the profit. I made over 1,000 units profit playing, but I don't recommend that you do that, guys. That's not always going to happen. I no longer play that way. I play it safe. As long as I made a profit or I'm breaking even, I'm going to restart the entire progression. I was up at I think 350 units, and I was up at covering with a 12 unit base bet, and I continued to play, and that's when you get greedy. But don't play like that, guys. Those things don't always work out for the best. Sometimes you have a really long losing streak and you end up being bankrupt. So don't play like that. Play it safe, guys. Remember, roulette is a risky and unpredictable game, so always play responsibly. Never use money that you can't afford to lose. So it's a very fun strategy. It's the 7 levels straight up roulette strategy. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys have fun with it. I hope it brings you some easy profits. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are well and staying safe, and I'll see you on the next video, guys. Have a good one.